so first part of installing this I've actually already gone and done, mainly because I had to fight with it for an hour and I wasn't about to just record an hour of me fighting with this thing. So first, jack the car up. Don't have support on the rear axle, just support it right in front of the lower control arms there. First, right here, you'll need to get your actual Panhard rod off. So just unbolt that and you can just let it drop kind of like that. Next would be the actual brace. You just need to pull the bolt out here. Now that was the bolt that I was having an issue with. This one single bolt could hold up our bridge by itself. Once you get that one out, then there's just these 3 holes right here, small little bolts like this, and you drop the brace. So now we're going to go over the actual install of the brace. So this is the one I have. It's Founders Performance. It's pretty much just like Umi, I guess just not the name brand. This is going to sit on the outside here, just like this. So our hardware kit consists of 1 larger bolt, along with 2 washers for it and a larger nut. Then you've got a spacer here, and you've got 2 smaller bolts, 4 washers, and 2 nuts for that. So this bolt right here and the nut and washers is actually for your Panhard rod right there. So that's going to be one of the last things that we install. So first is getting this other bracket up, and you'll notice that this brace, it's just built one solid piece. So it doesn't need a spacer. So the spacer is actually just for the top hole. That's mocked up, we're going to put in the other 3 bolts down here. These are just using the stock bolts, so if you broke one getting it out, you're going to need another. Alright, so it looks like your gas tank skid plate will be just fine to put back in. The only thing is you just miss 2 of your mounting points, because that was on the old brace, which a new brace does not have. But the rest of them being in still holds this just fine. It's not going anywhere. If it rattles or something, then just cut some of it off, I guess. So depending on if you got an adjustable rear or not, we're probably going to have to adjust this afterwards. But if experience has told me anything at all, it is mount everything up loose, tighten it down, and then if you have to adjust something, adjust it. And this is exactly why. And look how much that's off. If you had this all tightened up, you wouldn't be getting that. Alright, so directions say to go in through here, but as you can see, I mean, if you take the spring out, you'll be fine. But I like all my bolts facing the same way, so I'm going to put it in right like this. I have access to everything a lot easier this way. Alright, so let's see if we can finish up before it gets dark, shall we? Alright, so now that we've got all of that lined up, now we can tighten everything. So that's all tightened up now. Now we gotta move on to aligning it. Alright, so my chosen place for doing the measuring on here is to actually go from the end of the caliper here to the shock. Reason being, I can keep everything level and even, looking right here on top of the caliper. Can keep it all lined up, and it gives me a specific geometry of what I want from the suspension. So right here, can't get it to focus in quite as well, but you can see where that's at right now. So now we'll go over to the other side, and kind of harder to tell because it's dark over here, but it's completely off. So all we're going to do is we're going to move this axle back and forth until we get the same number on here, same exact number, down to 1/16 30 seconds if I'm really bored. And once we do that, then we're going to test it by bringing the axle up and bringing the axle down. Once we have the same number, confirm that it stays the same number, put the wheels back on and lower it down, and we're done. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to take a video of actually doing all of this because I'm at 8% battery. So just figure I'd give you a quick rundown.